Hello my fellow readers, in this video I'm just going to give you another quick update of Draconathon and how I'm doing. I am pretty much done. There's one final book that I'm finishing and I'm about halfway through it today, and then I'm done. Okay, so last time I left you, I was already mostly done with it, so you're probably thinking, well, why aren't you done yet? And it's essentially just because I filled in a lot of bonus dragon reads in between this time, and like, I'm on the last book, so it doesn't matter. But the ones that I finished that are bonus books, one is a middle grade, which is The Girl Who Circumvented Fairyland in a ship of her own making. This is a very fantastical middle grade read. I enjoyed it very much. Very little dragon. There is a dragon, of course, it's on the cover, but very little of dragon. Dragon, essentially, when she meets the dragon, fills her in on what's going on in the kingdom, like what's wrong with it, and how the past was, and why the dragon's wings are all bound up. And yeah, she kind of sets on a mission after that to try to heal the world and what's happening. But it's very cute, very middle grade. Another one that I finished, I think I finished this one right after my last update, but it's Feathers of Dawn. This one, I kind of would do for the romance one, but I don't know. I could use either one of them. This, I believe, is a self-published book, so I found it on Amazon. It is a love story with dragon background. So these are, in this world, I should say, dragons have the ability to have a humanoid form or their dragon form, and so they can interact with humans, but at the same time there's a lot of persecution of dragons, and this, a dragon knight who has, well, he believes he's been hunting and killing dragons, but it turns out there's more to that part of the story. But he gives up his life of dragon hunting, of being a dragon knight, because he no longer likes it, and he's lost a lot of his companions, so he retires to a quiet life in his hometown with his mom. But then when there is rumors of a dragon, he goes off to find the dragon in his old armor, but when he gets to the dragon scoops him up and takes him back to their dragon lair, and claims them as their little prize. And then it's the relationship that builds between him and the dragon. And it's very cute and very sweet. And there's going to be a book 2, I think, out in December for this. So I will be reading that too, because it was very cute and cozy. And I liked it a lot. And I want to see what happens next and make sure that the characters are okay. I loved that one, though. So that might be my romance one. I don't know. The other one I finished, which again has romance and fantasy, and I loved, and it's so cozy, is The Hedge Witch of Foxhall. In this one, let's see if I can remember all of the details. There's 3 main characters of it. There's the Hedge Witch, who's been training as the Hedge Witch, and she's the red-haired main character. And she has seen magical things in her past. She does not agree with her mother's coven on what to do about magic and power and everything, so she's kind of off on her own. She ends up meeting one of the other main characters, who just so happens to be the second son of the king, and he is on a quest that he needs to fulfill in order to prove that he is more worthy of being the king than his older brother, who his older brother has never really wanted to be the king, but has to go on a quest of his own, and at the same time has visions of the person that will be his mage if he's king, who just so happens to be the Hedge Witch. So there's this big love triangle, but it's really fun, and I liked this book. A lot of fantasy, a lot of good. The next one that I finished is I'm Afraid You've Got Dragons. This is the Peter S. Spiegel book. It reads as a Peter S. Spiegel book. There's a lot of humor, a lot of heart, a lot of character interactions, some romance. It's a really great and enjoyable read. And I think that's it. I don't want to describe too much about this one, but just imagine that there is a kingdom with kind of a spoiled princess who is displeased with the state of her castle, which is infested with dragons, so they hire a dragon exterminator? I think it's an exterminator, who comes to get rid of that, but it turns out there's other stuff going on, and they set out on a larger quest, and there's also a handsome, princely person that is also involved in said quest, and it's just, there's a lot, but it was really good. And finally, the one that I am currently finishing. I'm about halfway through, and that's Dragonfall. In this book, we have a dragon that takes on the form of a human because he feels that he's bonded to someone, so he's trying to find the person that he is bonded to. And yes, the someone that he's bonded to is a human. So there's a human and a dragon, and they're trying to understand one another and also potentially break the bond that is connecting the two of them so that they can be free for their own life. Because I think if either one is injured, it impacts the other one, but for sure if she is injured, the dragon gets injured. And so they are trying to deal with each other and potentially break the connection that the two of them have. And that's a lot of books. And it is not all of the dragon books, because it's probably all the ones I'm going to finish for August. But I also ended up getting in Fire and Blood by George R.R. Martin. That, of course, tells the House Targaryen story. So, I don't know. I don't see that I'm going to get that one done before the end of August, but I could potentially. But we'll see. I got the audiobook in, and it's a long audiobook. It's 26 hours. I don't know. We'll see how I do. But I think with that, we'll be at the end. I think I do have like one more. I have a couple that I bought that are also dragon-based, but I think that's my last. No, there's one. Okay, never mind. I have a couple more dragon ones that might come in and I'll be finishing before the end of the year, but I will not be doing for Draconathon. But I'm officially done with like the goals of it, so I feel pretty good about that. I think there's only a few of the things that I have not completed. I think it's just some of the extra activities. And I think the only one left really is flowers and book photo. So I should do that. But I did do all of the other activities, and I'm doing good. That's August for you. I think the one thing that I didn't end up doing is usually month to month, I try to read 2 light novels. That's really hard to say that I didn't do that at all, because I've been listening to light novel audiobooks for The Saint's Magic Power is Omnipotent, and of course continuing on my quest to finish Spice and Wolf, but I haven't done a Spice and Wolf light novel for this month. So maybe I'll try to do that before the end, but overall I feel like it's been very successful and full of a lot of great reads. I'm really actually glad that I had this bit of a break for like the whole TBR thing, because I wanted to read stuff that I wanted to read and not feel obligated to read other stuff. So that's it, and that's it for this video. Until next time, bye.